Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, well, we have some drama going down on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in the Bravo universe, and we have to talk about it. Apparently, Jen Shah is shading Bravo after being left out of the Real Housewife of Salt Lake City after show, and she's, well, talking about the fact that the ratings are dropping, which they are, and she's saying that she better be at the reunion. Of course, we also know there was a TMZ video that surfaced, and lots to talk about. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to hit it. And also don't forget that we have a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast that dropped today. We're getting back in the loop of things. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so apparently Jen Shah shared a series of reposts on her Instagram story on Monday night. So just last night, many of which took aim at Bravo for leaving her out of a recent Real Housewives of Salt Lake City promo. After seeing that the network included only the show's other full-time cast members, including Whitney Rose, Lisa Barlow, Heather Gay, and Meredith Marks, Jen revealed her thoughts on the matter, but did so via messages from her fan base. I mean, before we jump into this, I just want to say this. I don't understand fully, because we had a situation on Below Deck where there was a guy, I think his name was Peter or something, and he was kind of pompous. He had tweets that resurfaced that were extremely problematic, right? So what they did was, as soon as these tweets came out, they ended up moving ahead of the schedule because the show was already playing out, and they did their best to edit him out as much as possible, where he didn't have any scenes on the show. In doing so, they kind of erased him from being on the charter. We didn't really see him. And now I'm wondering if they're saying, okay, she changed her plea and we don't want to move forward with having her on the show, then how, in my mind, I'm questioning, how do you show her in all of the episodes? You have her front and center on the promo, and then you take her out of the after show, and then you're potentially not having her at the reunion. I know I've talked about this on Hot Messy Topics, but when we didn't have Mary Cosby at the reunion, it seemed like there was such a void, and it was very uncomfortable and awkward because nobody could speak on her time on the show. And it didn't make sense. It wasn't like a resolution. And sure, Mary Cosby chose not to attend the reunion, but I believe Jen Shah very much so wants to attend it. So I don't get it. Jen Shah was the breakout star from the start. The f is Bravo doing? One person asked, along with a screenshot of Bravo's recent promo for the upcoming Salt Lake City after show. And another person shared an equally frustrated message in the post. This is highly disappointing. Jen is being left out of the after show for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. In another message to Jen's story, a different fan warned of a potential drop in the ratings. That's the real question. What are you doing, Bravo? If you were smart, you'd continue your engagement. Just watch your ratings continue to drop. That's what they stated, giving a nod to the comments that Andy Cohen made at BravoCon just last month. As Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fans may have heard, Andy alluded to Jen's possibly impending exit from the show during a panel event at BravoCon. Once we wrapped season 3 and she pled guilty, I think that was kind of, unfortunately, the end of, the engagement there. But I hope to sit down with her and talk to her at some point on camera because I have a lot of questions for her. Right? That would be at the reunion, because that would make the most sense. Just like we did for Erica, ask her about her drama with the other women, the newbies, ask her about her time on season 3, and then use the third part of the reunion to ask her, just like we did for Teresa Giudice, like, okay, well, you have a sentencing coming up. You have this going on. What's going to happen? How do you feel going into it? Where's your head at right now? That would make the most sense for the reunion, only because without it, if we do a one-on-one, that's probably going to take precedence over a reunion where this season so far, I don't know what's to come, we don't have a lot of drama. We have a choir that's being made. We have Whitney talking about some form of abuse that she's not really elaborating on. We have Lisa Barlow, who is bringing up messages from Heather Gay about her father's unfortunate passing. We have the newbies, who we don't really know what's going on. And then we have Angie Harrington's husband making Finsta accounts. What kind of reunion do we have? Does that make sense? I don't know. And in addition to standing by him, well, or shading him, technically, she wasn't standing by him, but she was shading him by calling out the white privilege Teresa Giudice has seemingly received despite her own crimes of fraud. Jen has continued to voice her disdain with the matter online. Bravo, y'all better get your heads straight and make sure this woman is at the reunion. And this was another one of the reposted messages. In a fourth post, someone else shaded Whitney Rose's storyline, saying that when it comes to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Jen is the show. Now, there was also another thing that came out over this past week, and it was a TMZ video that caught a very explosive argument in the middle of the street, and you couldn't really make what was going on out. It was very confusing, but this is what was being said. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star was caught on camera completely losing it in an explosive public argument in the middle of the streets of Salt Lake City. The heated screaming match occurred on November 5th around 9:50 p.m., according to TMZ. In the footage, Jen can be seen and heard screaming and cussing "F you." She says this several times amid the altercation with 4 other people, some allegedly being family members. As of this time, it's unclear what instigated the verbal assault, this is what they're calling it, between Jen and the other parties, but the word husband is heard being said multiple times. An unknown man is also seen yelling, "Don't F with me," and Jen is, from what they're saying, seen yelling back, "He said it, he said it." Now, what was allegedly said and whose husband is being referred to, well, that part is still a mystery. Now, they also said that there were allegedly some slurs that were hurled by someone, not Jen, but multiple times during the spat, and that was a part of this TMZ video. And a lot of people just have questions. They want to know what was the basis of this argument, what actually happened. And I'm sure this is a question for Jen, but also this is a TMZ video that came out that can be brought up at the reunion. There are so many things right now that could be brought up at the reunion. I don't believe they're filming the reunion until after Jen's sentencing. This would all make for better ratings for the reunion. I'm so concerned and confused as to where this franchise moves forward or how they move forward without Jen and Mary Cosby, because as much as I love the other women, I don't know how much of a show we're going to have. According to TMZ, no law enforcement was involved in the fight, and Jen stormed off into the night after the argument. The intense altercation comes just weeks before she is about to be sentenced, and this is also on Meredith's birthday. And right now, we don't know what that's going to look like either. We were wondering, is she going to end up, filming season 4? Are they going to try to get some pickup shots with her? And my other thing is they did their best. Like, they flew to New York to catch her on camera going like ahead of her trial. So they made time for that. Heather and Meredith were there, but no after show, no reunion. Like, what? And the sentencing is set to take place in December, on December 15th of 2022. So literally a month from today. We'll see. We'll see. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think that this is fair? Or if they're not going to have her on the after show or at the reunion, do you think that they should just take Jen off the show, period? I don't get why they would have her there to not defend herself, but then show her on the whole season. Like, why wouldn't they just do what they did with the guy from Below Deck? But go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And don't forget, a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast is officially out. So go check it out and let us know what you think. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.